I'm gonna share with you 5 stupid things that a lot of YouTubers think are true, and we're starting right now. What is going on? My name is Nick. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, start now by subscribing so you don't miss anything. Okay, so the very first thing that a lot of YouTubers believe is that if you upload more videos to your YouTube channel, that your channel is going to grow faster. This one, it's not completely off, because if people do enjoy your content and you give them more content that they enjoy, then in that case, it can help your channel grow. But if you're publishing videos and people are not responding to them, they're not clicking on them once they get into the video, they're not watching that video for a competitive amount of time, they're not engaging with that video in any way, nobody's sharing it when they watch it. In that case, where people aren't responding to your content yet, you can upload 1 million videos, and if you are not improving anything and you just continue to do the same thing that nobody's responding to, then you're gonna have 1 million videos that nobody's responding to. So if you are somebody that's trying to upload a lot and you think that that's the path, the thing that I recommend that you do is slow down a little bit and be a little bit more intentional with the videos that you publish so that you can learn how to make videos that people will respond to better with every video that you publish. Now, this next one, I've been seeing it a lot lately in YouTube communities all over the internet. There's people that are saying that if you upload your videos and then you let your video sit for a day or two before publishing, that it's gonna help you get more views. If that's all it took to get more views on your videos, wouldn't that be amazing? But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Here's how it actually is. When you upload your videos to YouTube, you're gonna see it processing. While it's processing, as soon as it's finished, your video is ready to rock and roll. So yes, you can upload your videos, you can leave them sitting up there, and you can do that so you can go in and get them all ready by filling out the titles and descriptions, adding thumbnails for testing and all that stuff. You can absolutely do that. However, when you upload it in advance for the sake of getting into the algorithm or it having some type of algorithmic advantage, it makes no difference whatsoever. All of that important stuff that people are talking about, it actually happens during that processing as soon as you upload the video. Now, with that said, there are advantages of uploading your videos and having them sit inside of YouTube, but it doesn't have anything to do with the algorithm. It has something to do with your mind state. So when you don't have any videos ready to go, it puts you in that situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta publish something, what's gonna happen? But when you have videos that are uploaded and prepared and ready to launch, it is wonderful for your mind state because you know you have some videos, you know that you don't have to rush anything, and you know that you can take your time to make great content. The next stupid thing that a lot of YouTubers believe is if you put keywords in your video file name or in your thumbnail file name, that it's somehow going to help you inside of YouTube's algorithm as well. This myth has been around since the dawn of time. Since cave people were sitting across each other in fires and they were starting to develop language, one of the first things that they said was, you know, I bet if we put our keyword in the file name, it's gonna make a huge difference when YouTube finally comes along and we might be able to, our ancestors can start getting views on their YouTube videos. But here's the reality, none of that matters on YouTube. The thing that actually matters on YouTube is how people respond to your content. So if you're making content that's competitive within their system, then it's gonna get more views on it. If you're making content that isn't keeping up in terms of people clicking on it at a competitive rate, people watching it at a competitive rate, and people engaging with it at a competitive rate, then in that case, you gotta work on that. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna help you get views. Little shortcuts like adding certain words to your video file or your thumbnail file, that stuff isn't gonna help you at all. If you need to do it for organization's sake, by all means, do it. But in terms of helping you get more views, that doesn't matter. But adding keywords to your title and your description, those things can be helpful. It can also be helpful if you're targeting search to make sure that you're also making videos about things that people are actually searching for. So don't worry about the file name nonsense. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. And hey, really quick before we get into this next one, I want to let you know that I made an iPhone app for YouTubers called New Creator. I'll put a link to that down in the description so you can check it out. The next stupid thing a lot of YouTubers believe is that changing your title or thumbnail somehow re-ranks you in YouTube's algorithm. It's not the case at all. Here's how it actually works. If you decide to change your title or your thumbnail, then what's going to happen is people are going to respond to your content differently. It may cause people to click more, or it may cause people to click less. Because of the expectation that you create with your title and thumbnail for what the video is going to be about, that expectation can also determine how long people are going to watch your video based on if you're meeting their expectations or not. not. So what actually happens is algorithmically, nothing changes. It's just that people start responding to your video differently. And that differently could be good or bad. So when you do make those changes to your thumbnail or title, it's not that YouTube's system is doing anything differently, it's that people are responding differently. So when you're making those changes, don't blame YouTube if something goes wrong, and don't give YouTube credit if something goes right. Both of those decisions are on you. The next thing that a lot of YouTubers believe, and I think that they believe this because of the chaos that happened when they first rolled the feature out, but they believe that YouTube Shorts published to a YouTube channel is going to negatively impact the overall performance of the channel as a whole. Now, like I mentioned before, I think the reason that people think this is because there was some chaos that happened when they first rolled out the feature, but they've gotten all of that patched up now. So when it comes to YouTube Shorts, they're completely fine to put shorts on the same channel as your long form content. It's also okay to live stream on the same channel as your long form content as well, because we're going to go ahead and bring live streaming into this, even though it didn't ask to be brought into it at all. But the rule of thumb when it comes to content on your channel of any kind is to make sure that when you are publishing a piece of content to your channel, that you're thinking to yourself, okay, if this is a long form video, if it's a live stream, or if it's a YouTube short, is this content a great fit for the people that I'm making content for on my YouTube channel? If the answer is yes, then it's perfectly fine to publish all of that stuff on your YouTube channel. However, if the answer is no, or well, probably not, I'm not really sure, then in that case, just don't publish it to the channel, because YouTube's system understands who the right people are to show your content to. And when you start mixing things up like that, you're just making it harder on yourself. For example, if you're a crafting channel or a fishing channel or a cooking channel, in that case, you want to make sure that everything that you're publishing on your channel is relevant to people that are interested in crafting, fishing, or cooking. Because if you have a crafting channel and then suddenly you start vlogging in YouTube Shorts, but you offer a completely different thing when it comes to your long form content showing people how to craft, in that case, then you are going to start growing an audience that's interested in vlog content over on YouTube Shorts, and then you're going to start or continue growing the audience that's interested in crafting content in your long form content. And then if YouTube tries to recommend them to each other, people are not going to respond. And if people are watching your long form and then they go try to find you in Shorts, they're not going to respond over there, and vice versa. So the golden rule when it comes to YouTube and the content that you're publishing to your channel is just make sure that everything that you're publishing is valuable to the people that you're trying to reach, and it's relevant to the people that you're trying to reach. And as a bonus thing that a lot of YouTubers believe, a lot of YouTubers think that it doesn't matter how they start their videos, and they're not paying much attention to how they start their videos. So I made an entire video that talks in detail about what you need to do when you're starting your YouTube videos. I'm gonna put a link to it right here. You can go ahead and click into that now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.